To the pamphlet party, Ms. Nygard, it's very happy to have you here. We're just going to make a short presentation, try to get everybody, everybody ate, everybody drank, everybody's having a good time? All right, all right. All right, everybody, if you please put your hands together for Mr. Nygard. Give him a big thank you for hosting this party tonight, having you here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Peter Nygard.
Ladies and gentlemen, so nice to have you over here, and we'll just make a brief presentation here. This is my very, very, very dear friend, Wellington Miller. I don't know if you know who Wellington Miller is, but he is one of the foremost boxers, first of all, in the world. He was a heavyweight boxer here in Bahamas, represented Bahamas is one of the big ones. If it wasn't for Ali, he would still be the world champion. You see, look at his neck, you know, so you got to be careful how you neck with this guy. I met Wellington many, many years ago, some 20 years ago, and we became good friends. And he's risen through the higher ranks of sports in Bahamas to the point of being the head of the Olympic Association for Bahamas. So he represents all of Bahamas and takes them to the Olympics and is the key representative for Bahamas in a very, very honorary position. I met him first of all in this association, which he still is associated with, the Bahamian Amateur Boxing Association, and we had the pleasure of holding and hosting one of the biggest boxing events here that I think Caribbean's ever had, you know, and here at Nygard Key. And from that point on, we've been sponsoring boxing wherever and whenever he asks us to do. And I'm just making another presentation here now in that line of supporting, you know, and offering him now some more support. The Commonwealth Games that were in India are going to be taking place next week or week after that, and you know, they always need some money, you know, and I want to do my share. So Wellington, I'm very pleased now to present you with this $10,000 check, you know, for your presentation.
Thank you, Mr. Peter Nygard. This is the umpteenth time that I'm thanking you on behalf of sports, and particularly on boxing. You know, 203, we held the best boxing tournament, the Peter Nygard Caribbean Boxing Championship here in 203. And what is amazing, sir, one country brought some boxers here who were in what we call the reform school, and they came down here, and I met two of them in July and August at the CAC Games. And like always, they always ask for you, so you've made a contribution, an indelible mark on their life. In fact, one of the young men now, he's out of the reform school. He's telling me to tell you that he's now a junior deacon in his church. and one of the head coaches in this country for the boxing team. In fact, two of them. And what they said is that because of how you treat them here, I think one said you and him shoot pool together. Others say he had a sandwich with you. And from multi-millionaire to be with boys who in the industrial school, that changed their life. And that's the kind of impact that we never know what happen when you be good to people. Those two young men can go on and spread the goodness of God, spread the goodness of life, and spread the goodness of Peter Nygard. That's what I intend to do nationally, and if we go internationally, the better for you, sir. You have been good to boxing, and because of him, boxing has won 3 medals this year: gold for the first time in the CAC Games, a bronze for the first time in the elite championship of the Americas. That's from Canada down to Chile. And you know, that's all the best boxers in the country. And because of his training, because of his donation to boxing, we've been able to send our boxers off to Cuba where they train properly, get good sparring, get everything. And from 203, when he held the boxing championship here, what he did, he gave us the footing in Cuba because he brought the best coach from Cuba. Castro don't let that man get it. I don't know how you let him get it. But that's Dr. Selga, he don't get it, leave Cuba. And he came here for 2 days and held a boxing conference right here. And that propelled boxing here and propelled boxing in the Caribbean. As for that, Trinidad has now gotten a Cuban coach. Barbados has now gotten a Cuban coach. And a couple of the other islands, Dominican Republic has now gotten a Cuban coach. Just from that same seminar. So everything you do, sir, have a rippling effect down the line. So I hope that you can continue. Your name is synonymous in the 15 Caribbean countries that have been here. They still have that Nygard shade, that Nygard hat. I don't know if you have any of those.
Yeah, we have some.
Well, I thank you very much for this donation being used that you always do for the benefit of sports and particularly boxing.
So I got just one question. Why do you do what you do? Normally rich people just relax, ride off in the sunset, but why do you do, especially what you do for the Bahamian people, Bahamian athletes?
Why do I do it? You know, I get a great thrill out of helping. You know, I get a great thrill out of sharing. I get a great thrill out of seeing people being able to succeed. You know, it's really, really heartwarming when I hear a story like this where you take people who could have gone a crime way, you know, and make a contribution to their life, and all of a sudden they've gone that good way. Here, some people have become ministers. You hear Toriano, who went to Cuba, you know, went to Cuba because the boxing coach saw some talent in him, and I talked with him about what I should do about it. He says, let's get him here to school. Not only did this guy come back as the #1 boxer, you know, in Bahamas, he's the only one to go to Olympics, but Guy came back with a second language. He came back with Spanish. Guy came back a gentleman. Guy came back as a wonderful human being. When you hear this man articulate and talk, you can't be but so impressed with him. This guy's going to be a success story no matter what he does. He's already a success story in his boxing. He's a phenomenal success story in his life. That gives me a great amount of thrill to see those success stories. You know, it just comes because that's what you want to do. I've been sharing Nygard key to the Bahamians all my life. And the first time many of the Bahamians have been able to come to Lyford Key because they've been able to come to this place. You know why? When I came to Bahamas, I joined Bahamas. I didn't come to join Lyford Key, this country of Lyford Key. I came to join Bahamas. So therefore, the Bahamian people came over here, and the Bahamian people are sharing this place, and they are doing it from the Prime Minister all the way to the people we're talking about over here. It doesn't matter. They're human beings, you know, and they deserve to have the very best. This is the very best. And I want to say this is one of the very best gentlemen that I had a pleasure to meet. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, so much for coming.